Hi, in this video I'm going to go through some basic tips to do with conversations in Teams and also to how to chat with people. So first of all, I'm in Teams right now. I click on my Teams on the left and you can see there's a Delvey Secondary Staff team. So I'm going to click on that one. I'm going to go right into that team. And within that team, I've got different channels. So let's see, let's go into my science channel here. And let's say I've got nothing there that I need to reply to, and I have a new conversation. I want to ask a question, for example. So I would go down to the bottom and click on New Conversation. So once I click on that, it is best practice to actually add a subject. That makes it easier for others to see it, to see what it's about, and also makes it easier to search for later on. So let's click on this button here. This is formatting button. So when you click on the formatting button, not only do you have this bar that shows up that has different types of formatting, which you can play around with, but also there's a subject area. So in that subject area, I'm going to say new microscope purchase. Okay, so now I've typed in new microscope purchase. That is the subject. And let's say, let me just make something up. I am interested in purchasing a new microscope for Science 8. Please give me money. And let's say I want to address this to somebody. So whoever has turned on notifications for the science department channel will get notified of this. But let's say I just want to make sure that a particular person gets notified. I'm going to go type in @ This is called an @ mention. So you can do this in chat and in any conversation that you're in. If there's a particular person or people that you want to notify, you go @. Let's say I want to notify, let's notify Brandon. And hit space. And let's also notify Wendy. Okay, so now both people are going to be notified. You can also set up groups. They're called tags in this program. So you can set up tags where there's a group of people you can notify all at once. So that can be set up as well. But typically you just notify certain people. You can also notify the entire channel. So if I want everybody who has the science channel and has notifications for it turned on, I can go @science. You can see science, the channel, is a suggestion. So then that will notify all of science. So anybody who has this turned on for the science channel will get notified. Okay, so that's typically how you would do this. Other tips within this conversation, if I want to add an extra line, now if I hit enter or return right now, it'll send this message. But if I want to add an extra line or extra couple lines, I hold down shift and hit enter. Then I can continue typing after a couple of lines. Okay. There's also some options up here. Everyone can reply, or you can say that only you and the moderator can reply. You can also post in multiple channels. So let's say this is applicable to science and math. Then I can choose those channels to select channels. I can choose whatever channels I want for this to be posted in, and it can be posted into multiple. So let me just turn that off because I'm not going to do that. On the bottom, you can attach. So I can click on attach. We're setting up your files. So usually, yeah, there we go. So usually it attaches stuff from your OneDrive. So OneDrive is just like Google Drive, which you may be used to. So it's a cloud service where you can store all your files. I'll have a video on that later on. But you can attach files from there. You can attach stuff from other teams and channels that had been posted before. You can add emoticons or emoji. So you can search for a certain emoji that you want. And this is really dangerous, but you can also put GIFs in. You can put in stickers, all sorts of stuff. The other thing you could do, just as another tip, is you can actually hit colon and then type in the name of an emoji. So let's say rocket. And there's this thing called emoji 1 that's set up with Teams where you can actually search for certain emojis really quickly by entering that shortcut key, which is colon. Now you might find that, okay, say you go colon and P. Well, P happens to be a smiley, so that doesn't work. So if you're looking for something that starts with P and you're not meaning to type a smiley in, that's the tongue hanging out smiley, then you go Command or Control Z to undo that, and then you type in whatever you want to type in. What starts with P? Pocket. Point. There we go. Point down. Okay. So that's how you deal with creating new conversations. So don't forget to click on this button to add a new subject, and then you can format it the way you want. Don't forget to mention people if there are specific people that need to be notified about this message. And just hit send afterwards, and then everybody who's paying attention to this channel will get notified, and then specifically these 2 people and the entire science channel will be notified. Okay, so I'm going to delete that, and let's go to something which already has something posted. So let's say this help channel here. So in this help channel, this person's already posted something. So typically, if you want to continue a conversation, what you want to do is you want to go to that conversation and hit reply. So hit reply and then start typing in whatever your message is. And you can do the same thing. You can mention people to notify them, or you can attach files. You can do all that kind of stuff. But you want to reply if that topic already exists, instead of creating new conversations, or even worse, if you're replying to somebody and create a new conversation, that gets really cluttered. And you really want these topic areas sorted by topic and have a stream of messages attached to that topic, rather than create a new conversation each time. So if there's a conversation already going on, then hit reply to that conversation. Otherwise, just create your own and create a subject and go on. Now, the other way to reply to messages is to hover over the text of the message and enter a reaction. Sometimes they just want to know that you've read it, or they're asking for a vote, or you just want to give them encouragement, or something is funny. Just click on one of these reactions. That's a quick and easy way to reply. Instead of, how in traditional email where somebody sends you a message and then you reply back with thanks, you don't have to do that here. You just give the thumbs up or a heart or something. All right, so those are kind of the basics of how you deal with conversations within Teams. Let's jump into chat now. So if we go into chat, you will see this interface, which should be familiar to those of you who text message. You just type in the name of the person you want to chat with, and then you can type in whatever you want here. So same thing, you type in a new message. Hi, how's it going? I'm creating a tutorial video right now. You can also mention people. So I can actually, you can only mention people who are in the chat. So For example, if you have a group of 5 people and you want to specifically mention one person, then you can do that. You can't mention people that are outside of this. Remember, this chat is private to whoever you're chatting with. You can send files. So if you send files, all the files will be gathered under this Files tab at the top here, which is cool. So you can always look back at all the previous files that have been sent back and forth. And you can even, if they are Office files, you can even go in and edit them or collaborate on them. And that's pretty much how you do chat. If you can also, here's another tip. You can go to the search bar up here. And if you want to quickly chat with somebody, you can type in @ So @B Waldman, and then here you can type in your message. And then you press enter, and then it quickly sends a message out. Instead of having to go to the chat window and look for that message and start typing, you can just do it right up here. Okay, so that's kind of an overview of Teams and chats and how you work with that kind of stuff.